All right. All right, folks. Welcome back. It's been a long time. I can't sing. You're way better sing.
Time since a rock and roll.
See, I knew you would know a song.
Zeppelin, baby. Zeppelin.
Joey Jukebox.
Dude,
I thought of one.
listen, that's something I want to do.
Joey Jukebox.
That's something I want to do with Dominic because what we can do is we can do like a thing, we'll call it like retro TV or retro YouTube or whatever.
We'll air it on.
I know a lot about backdrops on songs.
Yeah.
And bands. And I could go into, so, on today's episode, we're going to talk about Genesis. And this next song coming up is from a guy named Mike Rutherford from Mike and the Mechanics. And Mike Rutherford was the third lead singer for the band Genesis. Can you name the first two in order?
We could just do segments on our shit.
We could do that.
It's just like, who's the dude that does the pizza now? He goes out and talks about pizza.
Portnoy.
Yeah.
He had a contest.
He just goes out. All of a sudden, he's doing pizza reviews.
He had a contest.
Yeah.
For best impression. And I did remember the Robert De Niro impression that I did apologizing to Trump. I'm sorry. I called you a mutt. I called you a dog. I'm sorry. Call the dogs off. I'm sorry. Please, no, Mr. Trump. Remember? Well, I won. I won the contest on Barstool Sports.
What'd you get?
$100. He Venmoed me $100.
Nice, dude. I didn't know that. Good for you. So we can do, yeah. I mean, Dominic's awesome.
It was 2 weeks ago.
We could just start branching out from our regular comedy stuff.
Yeah, we could do this is the segment of the podcast where what we call retro.
Rewind.
Retro radio. Retro rewind.
Radio.
Retro radio. Retro rewind. It's our retro rewind segment of the show, sponsored by Bailey's.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But speaking of Bailey's, thank you, Paul Solano and the crew at Pearl Street.
Yeah.
And Bailey's Irish Cream sponsoring our show for December 21st.
And the signature martini.
What is that? What is the
Christmas
martini?
cookie?
Christmas cookie.
Oh, Maron, I can't wait. I can't wait to try that.
So we haven't talked. I know you've been running around.
Yeah.
I've been running around. We've been super busy. So I'm glad we got to sit down and catch up before the Christmas extravaganza. Me, you, Jody Sloan, Sean O'Brien Jr., tickets at Eventbrite.com.
Also.
Oh, yes. You had a surprise for me.
Eddie Baker's son.
What's his name? Your best friend, Eddie Baker.
Yeah, I know. I haven't met his son yet, but he's
Eddie Baker Jr.
No, it's not Eddie Baker Jr. It's what's his name? Oh God, why am I drawing a blank? I haven't met him yet. I'm looking forward to meeting him too. Hold on. I'll find out. Hold on.
He's doing 5 minutes.
Oh, Nolan Baker. Nolan Baker.
Okay,
yeah, Nolan.
Shout out to Nolan Baker.
Next time I heard, so Sean O'Brien Jr. says he's really funny.
Okay.
So he said, look, it's his stage when he opens for us that night to stand or fall. I said, if he's as good as Obi says, we're going to make a part of the crew with Obi.
Okay.
And then we'll have the rotating
cast of
comics
characters.
Like Jody and Pete, Gusto, and everyone else. We'll have those rotating headliners come in, and we'll make Sean O'Brien Jr. and Nolan Baker part of the regular team.
The crew.
I like having a team of regulars that we like on our crew. And Sean's, obviously Sean's our friend. And Nolan, I want to bring Nolan because Nolan's family, his father was like a brother to me growing up. So
no, I agree. That'll work.
And plus, it gives them the stage. I mean, they're on stage all the time anyway, but it just gives them another stage, a big stage to get out and perform.
I'm in 100%, and that's how I get in. You get in. We also want to keep a little room. I don't want to become one of those groups like everybody's friends in the comedy industry.
Yeah.
Mostly everybody. I also don't want to become a clique.
It wouldn't be cliquey.
We're not like that anyway. To come in. Yeah,
we're not like that anyway. We're gonna have everybody come in.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
So we had to start. So when I first started out in this business 24 years ago, I've been doing this professionally 21 years as Joey Voice.
Almost a quarter century.
But I started out actually in 2001. Actually, 2000 in Joey Maria's wedding with you, but 2001.
You were 3.
Yes, but I started putting my show together
professionally
in 2001.
Right.
All right. Nobody was calling me perform on their comedy stage because my show's not really a stand-up comedy act per se. So the only way for me to get shows was to go out and just get hired.
Right.
I had to start my own show.
Right.
So what I did was, I'm going to tell this story really quick because it's really, really imperative. And I'm going to tell you something. It goes to when you do things, when you act, you generate energy. You generate like a vortex, right? So I said, I'm going to go to Angelica's. I'm just going to go there with my demo tape and a poster and just be like, hey, I want to do a show here. Here's the poster. This is my video. You can play this on your TV in the lobby to help sell tickets in-house. And, I'll do what I can to, promote it and sell tickets. Well, Paul Del Vecchio was the manager.
In relation to Al Del Vecchio from Happy Days?
No, but Paul was very good to me.
Yeah.
So, Paul was a cigar smoker, an Italian kid, guy, But so Paul talked to Chris Koukoulis, who owned Angelica's. His brother Paul owned Continental.
Well,
Actually, the father owned both of them.
Which we sold out.
We sold that
right
out
before they closed.
Standing room only. But Chris Koukoulis saw my tape and said, "Yeah, let's do a show." Well, he happened to be advertising with Pat Whitley on the Pat Whitley Restaurant Show.
RKO.
And he bought airtime on Pat's show to promote Angelica's. So Paul Del Vecchio got me on Pat's show to interview with him to promote our upcoming show, the very first show we did in 2005 in November at Angelica's. I ended up partnering up with Pat Whitley for 14 years after that.
Yeah, I remember a lot
of
that.
Scott. And so we would do the radio ad, and then we would split the proceeds. He would run the ads, and we would split the proceeds. And that's how I got my name out there on WRQ in front of the WRQ audience. If it wasn't with Pat Whitley and Scott Whitley, my name I wouldn't have got the name that I got, like in the time frame that I got it.
Right. I'm with you. It's, you were fortunate enough to.
But I went out and I got it. I went out and I did that. I went out and did that. And as a result of my energy, going out and trying to make something happen, something happened.
And then we did Fever Las Vegas.
Yeah, remember that?
We kept coming up with shows.
Noontime entertainment. We rise to the occasion. Remember that?
But we just kept at it. We kept doing it. And not
we tried everything. Tried everything.
Because if you wait, and I'm not being disparaging in any way.
No.
A lot of people in this industry.
We're not competing with anybody.
We're not competing, and everybody's still trying. A lot of people are trying to make it on their own as well.
Of course.
And they're not going to pick up the phone and be like, hey, you want to come do this? They're all.
I know.
They're doing their own thing, which is totally understandable.
Yeah, of course. Look at Matt Mischie. I'm proud of him, man. I'm happy for that kid. He's such a good kid.
Everywhere.
Too. And that's why you're happy for a kid like that, because he's such a good guy.
And
he's everywhere. Now he's starting up the next comedy stop again. Is it that's Kowloon?
Like a reboot.
Is it at Kowloon or is it another place?
Downtown Boston Theater District where we used to do the show.
Oh, he started in town.
Remember we did the show at the Jukebox?
Okay, yeah.
Right around the corner.
Next comedy stop.
And
Playoffs.
Oh my God. Playoffs. And Bennigan's. I think Bennigan's was across the street, down the alley, Zanzibar and all that.
Dude, I got into a fight in front of Playoffs one night when I was 19 years old. I didn't start it. I was talking to some girl, and I turned around and my friend's on the ground fighting this kid, and the kid was with like 6 guys.
Of course. And
it was me and 3 of us. It was me, Gary, Paul, and Danny. So it was 4 of us, and against 6 guys. And it was. I'm not going to go into details, but we were 19.
Wild West.
Thank God people didn't stab each other and shoot each other back in those days. We're talking 1991. Today, if that ever happened and a brawl broke out like that,
especially down there,
especially in Boston,
oh my God.
It's you're taking your life into your own hands. Back then was just a completely different time and era, and just fights all the time in Boston.
Everybody's down there drinking. Everybody's on there drinking. It just
it's crazy
till 2 a.m. Then if you know somebody, the bar closes at 5 a.m.
And then you're outside on the sidewalk, and they're trying to get everybody to disperse.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like
we would. I remember we were doing the shows there at the Jukebox, and then across the street over at the Wilbur.
Yeah,
out the back in the
like
in the mid 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
But get back to the shows. We also another supporter who's been a great advocate of the show and a friend of ours, and again another awesome guy. That's just a guy's guy is Phil Castanetti.
Oh, I love Phil.
Up at Sport.
Phil's our dear friend.
I was over
We
with him
love
the other
Phil.
day. I'm like, Phil, you do more favors. Like I know you sell, sports memorabilia, the biggest in probably the country, but he's also on the phone, he's like the Godfather. He's like, I'll take care of it. I'll help you.
He's the governor.
Yeah, the governor. Exactly, governor.
He's the governor of Saugus. He's the governor of Route 1.
I was just talking to him, and I said, "Hey, Joey and I are doing the podcast. I just, I was calling about something else, and I just said I wanted to give you a quick shout and thank you, and if I can help you plug anything on the show."
What's he got coming up? Anything?
He's 100 before Christmas. You get $100, $100 gift card for $75.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So if you guys are shopping, stop in a store.
Yep.
Dom, can you pull that up? Sports World.
Sports World Route 1, right behind the new chicken place. Chicken and More. Right behind Chicken and More
There
on
it
Route
is.
1.
The best.
The old green apple.
Yes. Oh my God. So, Phil Castanetti and his son, America's Guest Corey, stop in Sports World before.
It's right behind Uber. Where
Right,
Uber is. Yeah.
Right
In the Uber Plaza.
across from Bob's Furniture on the other side of the highway.
Yeah, Uber Plaza.
Route 1 in Saugus. So Phil has been awesome. Just helping us with shows and promoting and letting us come up there and do the podcast from the store. And if you're looking for any sports memorabilia, anything to do with sports, or
He also authenticates autographs.
yes,
So if you have something signed by someone that you won at an auction, that you won, whatever, however you got it, maybe it was left to you, by someone who passed away, whatever. You take it to Phil. Phil will authenticate it, and by him authenticating it, he'll give you a certificate of authentication, which will up it in value. Like, you know what I'm saying? In other words, people will know that it's authentic.
right, license.
Yeah, exactly. And he might even make you an offer that you can't refuse.
Bada boom.
You never
We love
know.
you, Phil.
You never know.
And then
What else?
bookings. You and I were talking about the comic stuff earlier.
We were looking at we're going to Florida, hopefully, right? What are we looking at in
We're
Florida?
booking some shows down in Florida. I was just down there in the Tampa area scouting.
Okay.
Scouting on some areas.
We're trying to get into Naples.
Naples, a lot of Boston.
Naples would
people
love
down
us.
there.
The baby boomers in Naples would love us.
That's our audience.
We got to get down there. We're getting a theater down there. We got to break in.
But this year was good. Not to rewind a little bit, but I got called another friend of mine in the business that's been around in the comedy legend, Paul Nardizzi.
Yeah.
Paul called
I
me.
haven't worked with Paul yet, but I hear he's fantastic.
Just an awesome guy,
Yeah.
and sent me a text and booked me for a show a month or so ago with Carolyn Plummer,
Yep. Love Caroline. I work with Caroline. I've worked with her a few times. Love her.
and that was fun.
Caroline's a great girl.
And you were down a few times at the Comedy Den.
Steve Sweeney's Comedy Den at the Fox and Hound in Quincy on C Street.
I went down and
I do shows there. I'm there about 4 times a year.
I
I
checked
do
that room out.
Thursday night shows down there. My show's Thursday now. I do Thursday shows. 'Cause
Thursdays
it's
are good.
It's a great night for me down there. That place sells out. It's great.
I went down and checked that room out
Mhm.
down the Comedy Den, and I met with your buddy
Steve,
from your
you met-
introduction.
Yep. Pat Collins.
Another-
Pat Collins is another great guy. Great
Yeah.
comic too.
Yes.
Yep. Great guy.
We got Pro Street coming up
Mhm.
on the 21st.
Yep. I met a new girl. I got a girlfriend now.
You making that public?
I have a girlfriend. I'm not saying her name. I'm just saying I have a girlfriend now.
There goes half our ticket sales. We're gonna have all old men at our show.
I know, right?
Congrats!
Thank you.
I hear things are going really good.
Things are going really well.
Good.
Yeah, I'm very happy. And
Take you off.
She says that she's very happy. So
She's a good liar.
she's.
You lie. You no. How do you say?
I hooked her up to the detective, to the lie detector test. She's not lying. I pulled a Robert De Niro, Mr. Fokker. I got nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
It's awesome.
Yeah, she's a great girl, great person, and yeah, things are working out slowly but surely. You just got to take your time.
Slow and steady. There's
Everybody
somebody for
should be happy. Everybody should be happy in life.
Dude, now in the state of the just crap going on everywhere, there's no need to pay. I don't even watch the news anymore.
I don't either.
I got YouTube on.
Yeah.
It's just every day it's the same stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just depressing. And it's
yeah.
If you want to get depressed, go put on it's funny because I've sold the news for 30 years.
I know you did.
Talking myself out of work.
Senior ad exec at WBZ Radio. That was Mikey V. I used to call your desk, impersonating people. Call us Joe Pesci.
How? You were just on WATD
with Paul Solano.
Yes.
On the Paul Ponders podcast. Say that 3 times fast. Paul Ponders podcast.
So he's hopefully moving tickets for the December 21st show.
Oh, hopefully.
I know he got Bailey's lined up for us. Bailey's Irish Cream, as we mentioned earlier.
Yep.
The rooms at this point is half the room is sold.
Yep. You're halfway. You gotta get the other half now.
And then we have the Regent Theater booked
Hey,
in April.
If we don't sell the show out, we don't sell half the room. It's like looking at a Polaroid picture that's only half developed. We can't have that.
We'll just get some cardboard cutouts that we have from the
Can't have that.
COVID when I got them all for the Fenway Park.
How weird was that?
Oh my God!
Wasn't
When you
that
watch the
weird?
games and they had all the cardboard,
That was so crazy.
and then they filter in. I think they still do it now.
Yeah.
Filter in the sound.
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Who's going to win the Tyson Fury Alexander Usyk rematch?
I didn't even know there was going to be a rematch.
Oh, there's a rematch.
That's
All
a-
right.
that's a
I'm a
question for
big
Joe
Tyson.
Rogan.
I'm a big Tyson Fury fan. I love Tyson Fury, and I think if there was ever a fight in his career that was a bigger fight, this is it right here. There's never been a bigger fight for this guy's career. This guy's resilient. This guy's talented, and this guy can come back from anything. He's never lost, and this guy can come back now. Usyk's the greatest fighter he's ever fought. Usyk is an incredible fighter. He's undefeated.
Can we just talk about the John Paul Tyson fight?
Jake Paul. Well, it is John. Technically, his name's John. John Paul Gaultier. Jake Paul Gaultier. What are you talking, Cologne now?
I thought I saw that. I thought I was watching it on my Etch-a-Sketch. That was so bad.
It was terrible. He was paid to let the fight go the distance, Tyson. He was.
What does he care? Who cares?
Well,
Someone said he has, what do you got, 30 million?
He got 20 million and Paul got 40 million. And then if the fight went the distance, they both got a $5 million bonus. And so Tyson said, I'm doing this for my daughters. So he did it for his kids. He's basically saying, I'm doing this for my daughters. I'm going to do what he wants me to do. I'm going to let the fight go the distance. But then I don't know who it was in Saudi Arabia. I don't know if it was a prince or whatever. He offered Mike Tyson, $100 million to beat Jake Paul
To go
the way he
old
was
school Mike
supposed
Tyson.
to. The way he was supposed to.
Back,
And we'll see if Jake Paul takes him up on that.
you and I
know?
remember back in the day, dude, in the late 80s, early 90s,
Yeah.
when we would buy the pay-per-view, and the fight would be 2 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
He would
It
just
was
come
risky
out
with Tyson. It was risky.
like a monster.
Yeah.
Just
It was risky. You
hammering
never knew if it
people.
was going to go, how many rounds it was going to go.
Yeah.
And you were paying like what, $50, $60, $75 at the time. I mean, it's about the same now as it was then. Sometimes it was $100, depending on the fight.
So, get him back on track. What are you working on? So you just got your real estate license.
I just reinstated my real estate
That's
license.
Congratulations
Yes,
on that.
very much.
So-
I'm breaking into the speaking world as well as a motivational speaker because I want to help kids. There's a lot of it goes to social emotional mental health, and in this world, it's. I just want to help kids find their place in this world, and as we both know, it's your thoughts about, yourself, the world, and your place in the world start with you every morning when you wake up. Right. So that's the biggest, most important conversation you're ever going to have.
Mine start with my Facebook page.
Whatever.
Mine start with social media.
Yeah.
Which is so bad.
It is bad. That's terrible.
And that's ruining kids. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, go on.
But I want to talk about believing in yourself and stuff. And I want to help kids do that. And I have my story about the cupcake story is a really good one. And I wrote a book about it, and a children's book, and I wrote it in third person. And I wrote it as Joey No One instead of Joey Noon. I put Joey No One, and then I talk about the fight. And at the end, when Joey stands up for himself, and Joey finally, realizes that Dickie Owens has respect for him because he didn't go down. Joey No One finally feels like a someone, and that's really that kind of like the message of the book: believing in yourself. And sometimes you got to believe in another person's belief in you until you can believe in yourself. That's really the main message. And so the way I wrote the book, it really came out very well. And I'm already talking to the publisher, and she wants me to submit the manuscript, but I got to go over it and kind of make sure that it's exactly the way I want it to go. And I think it pretty much is, but I want to go over it a few more times and see if there's any more changes.
Preface done by Mike Tyson.
I got to tell you, it's a story. It's a story about Joey Noon. And Joey No One, I got into a fight with the toughest kid in the school, and his name is Lennox Lewis. I'm coming for you, Lennox. I'm going to eat your children. I'm going to eat your children, Lennox Lewis.
Are you working on any more? And I know there's plenty of people that haven't seen the show.
Yeah.
Are you working on any more?
Voices?
Voices.
Yeah, I'm working on Eric Carmen as a Mr. Articulate.
Eric Carmen?
Yeah.
Who's Eric Carmen?
All by myself. All by myself.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Never gonna fall in love again. That guy. Yeah.
All right. Very good.
Sounded just like him, didn't I?
To me, because I've never heard of it in my life.
No, so. But I'm working on something funny with that bit. So once it's ready, I'll release it.
All right.
We got a little Pearl Ives is going to be showing up, and possibly Jimmy Durante.
For the Christmas
extravaganza.
December 21st.
Pearl Street Station Restaurant, Malden. Tickets at Eventbrite.
Yep.
Or thebostonComedyShow.com.
There's Pearl Street. And
it's a spicy
shout out to Phil. Phil and Corey over at Sports World. We want to thank Bailey's Irish Cream.
Yeah, we do.
And
what's the signature drink again for the show?
You just told me that. Christmas cookie?
Yeah.
Christmas cookie.
Yeah.
All right. I love it.
That sounds really good. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, but while we're here in this building, I wanted to give a shout out to my kid Max. He made captain of the track.
That's great. Congratulations, Max. Maximilian.
That team and the group of kids really, it's such an outstanding group of kids.
Yeah.
And parents, and just not only from the athletic part of it, but from the social part of it and the camaraderie.
Yeah.
Just being on the team just changed his outlook in so many ways, in so many different capacities.
Yeah.
Not just for being an athlete, but the sportsmanship and the teamwork. Yeah. Really, I didn't have that opportunity.
Yeah.
Growing up, because I was doing other things, and it's really cool to see that. As you were talking about earlier, with teenagers.
I made captain of the hockey team, so I know what that feels like.
And you were
good feeling.
And you were 11 when you did that.
No, I was a senior.
And soccer. Weren't you captain of the soccer team?
Unofficial. I missed practice that day, so they couldn't pick me because they waited for me to miss practice one day to vote on it.
They do.
I'm only kidding. I'm just joking. That's what I said to her. I was bad. I was like, they waited for me to miss. I had that doctor's appointment that day, and I couldn't go. But I made varsity soccer 3 years, sophomore, junior, senior. Played fullback defense, and hockey. I played 4 years varsity doing defense.
I love it.
And I know what it's like. And I made captain senior year, and I was proud of that. And I know that was such a good feeling to get voted by the players,
by your peers.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Well, why don't we wrap up? Anything else we're gonna plug?
My hair. I gotta plug my head. I gotta get you know what I need? I need Elon Musk's doctor. I don't know, is it Cy Sperling? What the heck's it? Whatever his doctor's name, he did a marvelous job on his head.
I didn't know he had a.
Tim Wakefield did too. God rest his soul, but he did such a good job on his head too. Whoever those doctors
You
are,
look good, but you look good like that.
well, my girlfriend said that to me. She goes, I don't want you to grow your hair back. You look good bald. You have a good shaped head for it. You're sexy. I said, thanks. She goes, I don't know if you'd be as sexy with hair. I said, thanks.
Could you want to close?
I said, God only made so many perfect heads. The rest he covered with hair.
You want to go out? You want to close the show as Rodney plugging the show December 21st?
You want me to do Rodney Dangerfield? Want me to do a filthy Rodney joke? Can we have to bleep this stuff out? Or is this podcast? Can I swear? Dominic, he's like, you can do whatever you want. I don't care.
We'll keep it clean.
No, I'm good. I'm not going to do it. People can come to the show and see my Rodney.
I love it.
How about that?
You know what? That's one of the reasons why I don't put a lot of video up.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I have a ton of reels to put up.
Yeah.
But people can just go to YouTube. Like they see your stuff. There's going to have like a little teaser reel.
Yeah.
But if you put a lot up, people are just going to go look at that. It's just different when you're at a show. I know we're supposed
the feel is different. The energy is
everything,
different.
Energy, the stage presence, the energy in the room.
Yeah.
But,
you feed off each other.
Yeah.
The performer and the audience feeds off each other.
All right, folks. December 21st, Pearl Street Station, and then afterwards the Deb and Art. I forgot to mention that. Deb and Art.
I got a new joke too for the show.
Karaoke with Deb and Art after the show in the lounge.
Yeah.
It's going to go all night. Big party.
It's gonna go all night. Yeah.
Eventbrite.com.
Yep.
AwesomeComedyShow.com.
Yep.
What's your joke to close us out?
I'm not going to tell the joke. You got to come to the show and hear it. No, it's a great joke. It's really funny too. It's wicked funny.
All right, folks. That's it for Mikey V.
Joey Voices. And remember, it's not the minutes at the dinner table that make you fat.
It's the seconds.
It's the seconds. I give a little bit. Nah, thank you.
Dominic, thank you as always, buddy.
A little bit.
Check out the BostonComedyShow.com. Go to Eventbrite.com.
And if you want to see a video preview of Joey Voices, you go to JoeyVoices.com.
We'll see you soon, folks. Thanks
soon.
for watching.